Oh, I'm here now. My bad. I had the whole thing. I didn't even share my whole my screen for for the voice. My bad, guys. Now I hope you guys can hear me on YouTube. You guys can hear me now. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I was talking about Dave and Buster's on the quarter four. They missed EPS and they missed sales. So now we're just seeing the reaction play out. And you guys didn't even hear anything I was saying. So I'm sorry for everyone on YouTube or on Twitter, even. But I'm here now. Basically, we're saying if we lose this VWAP around 58 bucks, we go lower, and this is where we look to take an entry to go lower. If we hold up here, I'm not going to play in this zone right here. I'm not going to play anywhere in this zone. This is like a no-go for me to the upside until we clear this 62 bucks, and then I'll play it up to around 65, 66. But I'm not going to play in this zone where it's just kind of flat hanging out in the middle. That's not what I'm going to do. That's where you get burned and you take a loss, or you sit here all afternoon looking at the chart, which when you can really just be outside enjoying the weather or do something else that's more fun than just watching the chart until 8 p.m. because you're in you're FOMO'd into a position. So I'm not going to play it until we take out that recent high of 62, or take out 58 to play the lower side. So while it's playing out, I'm going to bring up Riddick, right? Because this is just flat right now. So I'm going to bring up two screens. I'm going to share also recent IPO. Let me share two charts. Boom. There we go. So this one's going to play out up here. We're going to zoom in a little bit so we can actually see it. I don't have to wear goggles to see it closer, right? So I put this up here on the screen down here and put Riddick. And this was a recent IPO, and everyone knows about this. It got a lot of hype behind it. Sitting up 9.7% today. So it definitely outperformed the market. The market was red, if you guys were following along. But I think there could be potential play here. When it IPO'd back here, we were watching this very close in this wedge. Then we broke above. Once we broke above that wedge, very powerful move, right? And we got above around 48 bucks, 50 bucks. We got above there, hit 74 and change, close to 50% move. That was a super move. In the next 2 days after the IPO day, kind of fell flat right after it IPO'd. But then we retraced all the way back down. And if you see, we lined up pretty perfectly to that low back here. So it did hold this area of, we can't really go off much, right? The history is like a week long, so it's not like, take it for what it's worth. But if we're going off this recent low here, we held it right here as well. So we really did bounce off this $44 right back here, double bottom setup. I would definitely like to see this for maybe a continuation to the upside if we can get above 52. If we can get above $52, then I think this starts ripping right back up again. And we start pushing right back towards those $60, $70 area. So I'd be looking for, and this is pretty much like a head and shoulders here as well, but I'd be looking for a move. Go off of, let me see, some fib retracement again. So we're right there at that resistance. So if you're like trying to see if you should FOMO in, I would just maybe sit on the sidelines for an extra day and just kind of, be patient. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but if, that's what I would do. I would definitely wait till we get above $52 and hold. That's the MA20 right here, the green line. Once we get above that, on the 4-hour chart, then I think we have some room to go back towards 56, 59, and then back towards the 60s. So this is definitely a great setup. If you're looking for maybe a swing potential in the next couple of weeks, this could be it. And you can also follow along. I'm gonna continue to post this in Discord. Once that sets up, I'm gonna just keep on posting and updating it along the way so we can maximize that play, that swing as much as possible. But Riddick here on the revenue side, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Year over year, they've shown some great growth in revenue in the top line. They got some decent growth. 2020, we're at 228 million. Fast forward, we're at 800 million a couple of years later. There are also negative net income, but they're working towards it. Looks like net income was going towards a positive 42% better than the year before. So I'd be looking for maybe a play here. If they can definitely make that towards net positive income, I think this could be a long-term play. If they get there and they get to that net profitable. Let's look at the balance sheet as well. They have a decent cash position. So I don't think there's any problem there. Liability is low. They have no long-term debt at the moment. So that's a very good sign. If you're a trader looking for maybe a potential swing growth play, you're looking for good cash position, low debt, decent, good assets, and also their revenue growth. You want to see it in the right direction. So I think this could be potentially a great play once we get above 52. I would definitely be a buyer there for Riddick. So have that on your watch list. You can right click on. I'm on Webull right now, so if you right click, you can set an alarm as well. Create an alert, and once we can put it above, say, $52, then you're going to get an alert once that happens, and then you can get your eyes on this chart and potential play to the upside there. Okay, so Dave & Buster's recovered all the way back up. So that was a nice little dip by to 55, and then we're all the way back to $61. So let's see if it continues or we can now break down. How was everyone's trading day today? Everyone have a good day? There goes my calls, there goes my puts. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, guys, if you're in calls or you're in puts, you're not in a great position for Dave & Buster's. If it opens up tomorrow flat, it's not going to be good for either side. And you can definitely we sometimes play in the Discord like iron condors and neutral plays where we want it to stay in a certain area to collect the profit. So maybe a play like that is something you want to learn, and we definitely teach that in our Discord in the coaches section. You can learn how to take those neutral trades. So it doesn't matter if it's up or down. If it stays in a zone, you're going to make money. And you're not relying on that big move down or up. Let's see. Yeah, I should have put. Also put a strangle, but if you get strangled by a put and by a call, sometimes the IV will kill you either way. So you also cannot be safe buying a strangle as well. Sometimes the IV will just kill you the next day, even if it looks good. Miguel, yeah, I like what's going on. Trying. Dave & Buster's trying to push. We got a trend signal buy right here around $60. It looks like it wants to try to push. If we can take out 62, we may just get a pop up to that $65, that recent high that we saw back on the chart, back here, right? So we saw this 65 being a strong resistance right here and right here. So that could be definitely a target if we get over 62 today, back to 65, and then we either get a nice rejection there or a continuation to the 70s. And that may not play out today. That may play out for the next couple of days. We may just carry on ripping if it continues to move up today and tomorrow. So have a look at after hours, see what's going on here, see if there's any big gainers. Let's see what we got. We got some big movers. Looks like some good volume on ONMD as well. Let's see what's going on there. Got a 65% move on this trade in the after hours. See if there's any news for it. So here we go. Dave & Buster's trying to pump right through those highs of the day. We're at 62.59. It's trying to get some momentum here and push back up. If you grabbed at 55 and you dared to grab it on these reversal candles here, you got yourself some nice profit, and it looks like it wants to push towards that 65 that we were talking about. We got some volume coming in. It's a big boy candle compared with the previous ones. This is on this news right here. New CEO replacement, old one retired. He's taking his retirement package and sailing into the sunset. So we got a nice big 68% move on fluff news. I think once we lose 120, this bad boy is going to come all the way back down, and you can short this bad boy to maybe $1 and make 20% once you drop below 120. Here we go. Dave & Buster's nearly at 65. We're at 64.5. Come on, let's get there. Let's not stop now. Come on. Don't fizzle out yet. Let's get to that 65. Yeah, I think this is an easy short. If you can short and you know how to short and you know the risk behind shorting, under one, like it looks like 123. If we can get under 123, this could be an easy 5, 10, 15% gain here on the short side. That was pretty fluff news about a CEO replacement and someone retiring. Always like an easy short, always like those fluff news. You just grab a short once we lose that area in the resistance, or we lose the VWAP in the after hours. Start seeing some selling pressure, and it's done. Dunzo. Let's see what the fibs say as well. Let's see what move. Yeah, it's done. So once we lose that area. But 63, we got to 64.5, not quite 65, what we were aiming for the target above 62. Let's see if it's got any more girth in this. Guidance. Oh yeah, Miguel. Guidance for Dave and Buster's. That's a great question. Let me see if I can find you that guidance for Dave and Buster's. Let me see if I find that guidance. Sometimes they won't say anything until the call. So, we may get this initial move, and then if they have a call, that can definitely change the whole overall trend, right? So I'm trying to look to see if there's any guidance here. No, I don't see any guidance. Okay, other highlights. They also did a repurchase. They bought 8.5 million of their shares back in 2023, totaling 300 million and representing 17.5% of the outstanding shares. So that's pretty big news that they're buying back their shares. They also increased the share repurchase authorization by an additional 100 million. So that is a total available share repurchase authorization. It went from 100 now to 200 million. So they're buying back their shares. Paying back, it looks like spread resolving in term. They're paying back, reduced their revolving and term loans outstanding by 60 basis points. They are saving an annual of 5 million in interest savings because of that. So they're reducing their borrowing costs on certain loans, and that's also saving them with the interest. And then they have 527 million in liquidity, 37 million in cash, 490 million available under the 500 revolving credit facility. Credit. So they have a credit open, right? Revolving credit of 500 million, and they have 490 million available there, and they have 37 million in cash. So things aren't looking so bad for them. They believe that they can reach, strengthen, and resolve, and confidence in their ability to achieve the 1 billion in adjusted targets in the coming years. So they think they can continue to grow. Which down here in Florida, where I am, there's a big Dave and Buster's here, and it's always pretty busy and packed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to grow. Hello, Zach. Good afternoon. Discord. And also, Isaac, on Twitter, you say about the put, everything can change tomorrow. So I wouldn't have a sleepless night, right? Get some good sleep on this. You're not going to be able to do anything until market opens. So anything can happen overnight and into pre-market. We could sell off, and you could make that money. So don't always think negative until tomorrow comes around, right? We can't really do much if you bought options after hours. We can't do anything. So get some good rest and wake up tomorrow and hope that it works out for you. But it is 4:32, so I'm about to cut this now. Not much going on. I would just, if you're a bull and you grabbed it when I said above 62, I would look for that 65 target, and then above 65 into the 66s again, based off this fib retracement. And then if we come right back down under VWAP, I'm on the 2-minute chart. If we drop below, say, $60, then there could be possible downside there. So if you're a bull, I would aim for 65 and then higher. And if you're in profit, always have a plan to take those profits, or at least reduce your position, take that exposure off the table, and enjoy those profits. You definitely earned them, so enjoy them and don't give them back. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. We do have live trading every day in the Discord, so give us in the link, you can just pop that in and join us in the Discord. We have live traded daily. We offer new coaches a corner where you can learn exclusive strategies that could help you in any market condition. So join us in our Discord for that to know a bit more. But other than that, have a great evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. And have a good night. Cheers, guys.